Yeah, it's good to be back in the team. Obviously had the injury last week, but had a good game against Essendon, so it's building a bit of confidence from that. And yeah, it's good to be back out there and yeah, trying to establish myself a bit with a backline that's pretty good, even though we've got some injuries at the moment.
Do you feel like you've trodden through a little bit? Actually, since it was 2011, you were basically a regular member of the team, and not so much over the last year or so. Where do you see yourself at as far as your career goes?
Yeah, last year I was picked in round one as a part of the best team, and yeah, I got injured early, which hurt my chances, and then guys came in like Brennan and that and played pretty well, and I guess the match committee didn't want to mess with that too much, and I was going okay in the waffle, so yeah, it's a tough one. Again, this year I played round one and probably didn't play as good as I wanted to against Fremantle, and yeah, been in and out since then. So I'm just trying to improve on things still, and still believe that I've got the qualities to play AFL footy at the highest level for a good career.
So do you feel like you have improved in that time, despite what selections from week to week may tell you, because obviously you have injuries that take you in and out of the team?
Yeah, I definitely think I've improved a lot. My defensive work wasn't as good as what I think it is now, and I'm still building on my offensive run and all those sort of things that I've got to use to my advantage. So, yeah.
Can you talk us through how hard it is to keep that improvement going when it is such a stop-start with injuries and whatnot?
Yeah, it's hard. I've been trying to keep my body going as best as I can and doing all those extra things. Yeah, trying not to get injured, but it's hard when you get soft tissue injuries a lot. So yeah, it's hard when it's stop-start, but all you can do is just keep going.
Are you more susceptible to soft tissue? Have you done any tests or whatnot?
There's no real test I think you can do to be more susceptible, but I definitely tell with myself and Sam Butler and those sorts of guys that I'm more susceptible. Being more of a sprinter type of player, it's doesn't help.
Yeah, have you had chats to Sam about how best to handle that, or mentally as well as
Not personally with Butts, no. But you just got to learn to deal with it, and yeah, it's something you just take in your stride and just keep going as best you can.
What's been your main recurring issue in that past 2 seasons?
Yeah, mainly just soft tissue injuries. I've had a lot of hamstrings and quads. I had a calf last week, but yeah, all sort of surrounding soft tissue injuries. Yeah.
You're known as being quick. Do you think you are a bit explosive, and that leads to that sort of thing, particularly when you're playing a sport which requires endurance?
Yeah, exactly right. It definitely doesn't help me in that sense, but helps me in other senses. Yeah.
Is that? I guess that's a weapon you have, isn't it? When you're breaking off the back line, but being able to find the balance where you can sort of like be durable as well as bring that asset to the table.
Yeah, exactly right. And it's all about working out workloads with training and how much you do in pre-season and how much game time you play, all those sorts of things. You work that out, and I think we're getting a better sense of where I'm at the moment. And I've only had one soft tissue injury this year, which is the best I've had so far. So yeah.
The hamstring injuries with your athletics, with your sprinting?
Nah, I never had any hamstrings until just before I came to the club. I was doing some athletic stuff and did a hamstring, which is about a 12-weeker, I think, and ever since then I've had a few issues with them. So yeah.
12-weeker.
Yeah, well, it took me 12 weeks to get right from when I did it to when I got back to the club. So yeah.
What grade?
I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah, it was. I don't know, probably a grade 3, I guess. Yeah, it was a pretty big one. Not quite tendon or anything like that, but yeah, it was big.
Smithy, your body sounds amazing, mate, but talk to me about Eric McKenzie and Darren Glass. Seem to be plucking out most marks yesterday. How'd you rate their performances?
Yeah, very good. Glassy and Easy been amazing all year. Yeah, being able to get that drop off and that extra man behind the ball helps us a lot, and those boys are great at, Glassy especially great at marking those balls, and Easy's great at protecting the person who's the spare. So yeah, those boys have been amazing, and Easy's probably up for All-Australian selection, I reckon, with his performance this whole season. So he's been really consistent.